So, boss lady. Good morning.
Morning, Professor.
Good morning, Sir June.
Good morning. It's another Friday.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Paul.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, Phineas.
Morning, sir. Yeah.
Good morning, Piers.
Morning, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I know it's a still good morning there. 1 o'clock a.m.
I never know where to. I've got it written in my diary. These classes. I'm not sure whether to write it like on the Tuesday, on the Thursday or the Friday. So I actually have it written in between.
That's a nice one. Yeah. So, do you work during daytime?
Yeah, I'm working during the day. Yeah. Yeah, I'm teaching, tutoring. I've been really fortunate because I was a little bit concerned, when everywhere went on lockdown, that I would not be working at all, but all my work moved online. Actually been busier than I was beforehand,
Wow.
which
So
is
are you
amazing.
English teacher?
Teaching across a range of subjects, English, maths, history, geography, science.
Wow.
Quite a few. So yeah, my brain's getting a good workout.
So if I want you to be my English teacher, then can you give me a discount, 50% discount?
If you give me good marks, sir, then I'm sure we can come to some agreement.
Oh, good one. Good deal. I like it. Yeah. We will see after this
okay.
trimester. Okay.
Absolutely not a problem.
Oh, yeah. Great. Well, good morning, everyone. You can unmute yourself.
Morning.
It's okay. Show me yourself. All right, where is this, Sharon? Okay. We have how many participants? 19. Just waiting for someone. Ed Phil should be in. And I can see who is missing. Can you see anybody that we? Albert. Albert is coming in. Okay. We have Dominic. So must be two more. We have Romero, Baby Lynn. Oh, Amos. Okay. Yeah, they will come in. Okay. Once again, Fridays are awesome. It's another Friday. So are you ready to party after this?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. I hope you are ready for your vocabulary quiz. And yeah, we are so much grateful for this Friday, another Friday. So why don't you just start our class with a prayer? I'm gonna ask Walter.
Oh,
Can you lead us in prayer, please?
sure. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful time to study together. We ask your presence come upon us every morning so that we can study well because we love you. Lord Jesus, we invite you come to our class right now.
Yes.
Help us. Hallelujah.
Amen.
We submit our life, our study in your mighty hand. Hallelujah. And we also ask your help to our two professors. Help them to lead us well and teach well. We thank you for everything, and we are so thankful that we have this opportunity to study the OT language. Help us to understand your word better in a better way. Hallelujah. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Walter. All right. Okay. Oh, we have everybody now. Do we have Amos? Where are Amos?
Not yet.
No, he's not there.
Okay.
No.
All
And Jim.
right. Okay. We can just wait for him.
And
All
Jim
right.
too.
Jim?
Yeah, I don't think I can see him.
Oh yeah, Jim is not here. Just
Mm.
take note of it. Okay, so right, prepare a paper. You know what to do. Go to the Moodle website and download. Actually, you need to go to the folder labeled vocabulary quiz.
Got it.
Okay, good. Please go ahead. Jim, we just started the vocabulary quiz. So you can go to the Moodle and open the file and start your quiz, vocabulary quiz. Okay, Jim?
Sir, do you want us to write the Hebrew word as well, or just the translations? Okay.
Yeah, just whatever you want. Translation is okay. Yeah, but don't forget to put the number so that we
Yeah,
will
sure.
not be confused.
I'm just writing the English of it, the translation.
Yeah, that's okay. But put together with the numbers.
What do you mean numbers?
The
Like-
numbers of Hebrew words. Number one, number two, right? We have numbers.
Oh, I didn't study that part.
No, 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 no.
In
Like,
that
No,
case,
like
there is no number.
no number?
no number.
Oh, let me see. Oh, then that's confusing. Why don't you just write Hebrew alphabet without vowel points, just the consonant? Would it be okay?
I memorized the words in English. I translate them.
Right, but I want you to write the Hebrew consonant so that we will not be confused.
Just the Hebrew consonants.
Yeah, Hebrew consonants and the meaning.
Okay. Can we do left to right?
If you can
Just
follow the
say,
format, if you can
Okay.
follow the format, that really helps us.
okay.
Great. One more thing. As Elabaya just said yesterday in the chatting room messenger, I want you to write as clear and as big as possible. It's a bit hard for Elabaya to read. So, yeah.
Okay.
So we only note the Q meaning, right? So if the word have more like
Yeah. If we have Q and what else? P, we just prioritize Q. As I told you before, as long as you have one right answer for one word, we will give you the mark.
thank you.
But if you have a verb, please prioritize the cast stem. Let me give you 5 more minutes. 3 minutes to go. By the way, we have received only 11 quizzes for transliteration part yesterday, but I wanted you to submit it before the class today. So if you haven't submitted it, please submit it together with your vocabulary quiz right now. You need to go to the Moodle and submit the transliteration quiz there separately. So transliteration quiz should be uploaded in the Moodle website under the folder labeled transliteration quiz. And also you need to submit this vocabulary quiz to the vocabulary folder.
Sir, is it okay if I send it directly to Ate Elavaya? Because I seem to have trouble with the Moodle yesterday. I keep on trying to upload it, but it's saying it's error. And when I checked it again this morning, it's sent, and then later if I check again, it's not sent. It's kind of like that. I don't
Yeah,
know
I had that same issue. I submitted mine last night during the class and I checked it. That was on the app, and then I checked it today online and it wasn't there.
All right, okay. So then to make sure, you can just give us a notice, short notice through email. Because if you have to submit your all assignments or quizzes to our email, then it's a bit hard for us to, control it. In terms of centralization, it's much easier for us to control and manage everything through Moodle. But whenever you have a problem like that, then it's okay. Just let us know and then send it via email. That would be okay.
Grace and PS have received your assignments.
Yeah, and then what about Ami? I forwarded to you yesterday. You haven't received?
No, on email?
Yeah, I think.
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
Ami, can you submit your transliteration keys again to Elabaya? Can you do that?
Yes, but I don't know her email address.
Okay. You will. I will email you.
Okay, po.
Or
Okay.
maybe for today she can bring it to the office, and then for future she can send it through my email. If she can bring it to the office, it will be easier to bring it.
Yeah, Ami, do you have it still?
Yes.
Would you?
Yes.
Yeah, then
Also bring
anytime
it
you
to
can
the
bring.
office.
Okay.
Do you know the location of Elabaya?
I'm not sure.
Opposite
Right.
Mom Debbie.
Yeah, across the Debbie's office.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Are you almost done? Who needs more time? Okay. Right. Jim said 1 minute. So you said this one 1 minute, right? The 2 minutes, 1 minute. What about peers? You don't have any problem uploading it today, submitting it through Moodle?
No, it says it's fine. It said it was fine yesterday, and it's get the little tab which says submitted for grading. But today I just thought I'd check it just to make sure it was there. I checked on the app and it said it was there, but then when I checked online on the Moodle website, it wasn't there. So I just.
But what about for vocabulary quiz today?
Yeah, it seems to have worked on the app.
Okay. Yeah, it says Ami submitted, Ethel, James, Kanae, Sharon, Stephen, Phineas, Walter, Grace Yun, Amos, and Pierce. So you have submitted your vocabulary quiz according to the list that I have here.
Sir, I got a problem with my motor on my phone. Can I submit through Messenger straight to Elevia?
Who is this speaking right now?
It's Albert.
Okay, yeah, Albert, please go ahead.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, really, are you done? Okay, who needs more time? Okay, 33 seconds. All right, if you are done, please go to the PowerPoint and then study. Okay, open lesson 2 and go to the last page, no, second to the last, and you have exercise there. Open the PPT file, lesson 2, and go to the second page to the last, and we have 3 exercises. So please practice Hebrew reading, okay, without putting the transliteration. Just try to read with your eyes without writing.
Can you come again, please, Professor? I missed out that thing, please.
Okay, open your PowerPoint lesson, lesson 2. Okay, and go to the second page to the last. You have 13 slides there. So go to slide 12 and you have 3 sentences there. Albert, are you there?
Yes, I'm kind of lost. Sorry.
It's okay. So you have lesson 2, PPT file.
Lesson 2, PPT. Yes, I got it.
Open it.
All right.
Okay, just practice Hebrew reading. By the way, special thanks to Stephen for your work to help us with our vocabulary. I think that's nice. So please go ahead to use, is it called Quizlet? The application?
Yes, it's Quizlet.
Yeah, Quizlet. So I believe Stephen will continually make the file and share with us. So we thank you for that. So done? Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. Lesson 2. Let's start with the singing, the holy song. Are you ready to sing? In fact, sometimes it's not good to sing together. But as I told you, it's important for you to know how to sing Hebrew alphabet song. Why is the order important? Because sometimes you need to look at the Hebrew lexicon dictionary, like English. Then you need to know the alphabet order so that you can find the word that you are looking for. And then it has something to do with the number. Later, you will learn about this in Hebrew 3. So the order is important. So let me sing one more time. Aleph bet gimel dalet he vav zayin he te he yo kaf lamet mem nun sameh ain fe cha de kof re shin shin tahat. I'm a great singer. I know.
Bravo.
Well, who wanna sing? I wanna hear you singing too. Maybe Jim. You raise your hand?
No, sir.
Oh, I saw that.
Actually, I clapped for you, but I memorized it without the song, sir. I memorized it without
It's
songs.
okay. Yeah. Then I will accept it. All right. Sharon, can you sing? You cannot sing? You're shy? It's okay. Yeah, then let's move on. I think I'm the only one who is enjoying singing this song. All right. Okay, lesson 2. Just say after me. I'm gonna read it. Vayet taper. Yeah, you can unmute yourself from.
Vayet taper.
Good.
Vayet taper.
Vayet taper.
Vayet taper. Vayet taper.
Okay, once is enough. All right. Do not repeat again and again. Elohim.
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 El Moshe.
Moshe.
Moshe. El Moshe.
El Moshe.
Moshe.
El Moshe.
And what is next?
Va.
Vayomer.
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 You need to know this word. This word will appear again and again. Vayomer.
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 Elive.
Elive.
Elive. Not Elavaya. Elive. Elive. Okay. Ani. Ani. What is the last one?
Adonai.
Adonai. Great.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Yahweh. Isn't that Yahweh?
Yeah, Yahweh. Yeah, but we don't use the word Yahweh. We will just pronounce it as Adonai.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, it is about our choice. So let me quickly go over the PowerPoint and so that you can take a review. Oh, wait a minute. All right, so having a sentence like Vayadaber Elohim El Moshe Vayomer Elai Vani Adonai. What do we need to do first? You need to find the location of the verbs. So you need to utilize some information. Number 1, Hebrew verb normally comes in the beginning of a sentence. So that works. but not all the time. But as I told you yesterday, sometimes the author intentionally changed the order to emphasize whatever comes first. Okay, so when you are supposed to say I love you, and you can say you that I love or whom I love, and somehow you can really emphasize it by changing to the order. So it works in Hebrew language too. So talking about, how we can find the location of the verb, you need to start with the first word appearing. So that's a good start. And then also you need to utilize the information about, what elements can come together with Hebrew verbs. And we have talked about what? Verb conversive and prefix pronoun. Those things are coming together with a verb. So these are quite great indicators. So now we have two verbs, which is dabar and then amar. So vayomer is the most frequently used form, in fact. So you need to be familiar with this. And in Hebrew 3, I think you will not be required to analyze this verb anymore, because this is, always obvious and quite straightforward, and you must know what it is. So Viomed, so what is the root letter? Answer me.
Amer.
All right. You have no vowel points here. Then how are you going to pronounce it? All right. Actually, whenever you have not all the time, but more than 90%, you are okay to put a sound for the first two consonants. So then that's gonna be a, ma, r. Okay, so pronounce that way. But there are other Hebrew verbs that are taking different types of vowel points, but we will learn about it later. But when you have three consonants here as a root letter, then it is it's most likely you are safe to say okay? So amar. And what about stem? All right, you have to put a stem here all the time. Unlike special feature, because a special feature, sometimes you have it or sometimes you don't. So it depends on, something like verb conversive. But when it comes to stem, you have to put at least one stem all the time. So today, you can put what? Kal stem. Why? Because you have learned only kal. So from today onward, just to put kal, kal, kal. But we are going to learn another stem today, which is PL. Then you need to think about what it is between kal and PL, right? But without having any specific indicator for the stem, then we normally go for kal. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to the form. We have learned, like the stem, we have to put one form always. So now we have learned about prefix form. Later you will learn other types of a form, but now you can simply put prefix. But what is the indicator of prefix form?
Yod.
Yes, the yod. If you look at the word again, you have vav conversive, which is last touch, vav pata, dagesh, and then you have amar there. So the amars, the aleph, bet, aleph, mem, resh, they are the root letters. So you have the yod. So this is prefix form. And what is the significance of the prefix form in terms of translation? It, yes, tells us PGN, so it is 3MSG. Great. I'm glad that you still remember and understand everything. So yeah, that's a 3MSG. Under PGN, you need to put 3MSG. Special feature verb conversive. And then most importantly, verb conversive change the tense. In fact, this is something that I'm going to talk about later. Whose dog is barking?
Your dog.
No, it's not mine. By the way, my dog has a deep voice, so it doesn't sound like my dog. Okay. All right. So the meaning is, what is it? Don't forget. All right. Oh, I got lost because of the dog barking. That's funny. Okay. So the significance of verb conversive is that it changed the tense to the past tense. So if you have verb conversive and then the prefix pronoun and the word, that's verb conversive. But sometimes it can appear without verb conversive. That means the Hebrew verb will appear, I mean, it may appear only with the prefix pronoun without verb conversive. In that case, the tense will be the future. So the function of verb conversive is to change the future tense to the past tense. So don't worry, just for your information. I don't need to memorize this one, but just to quickly let you know, the function of verb conversive in terms of a translation. So you need to always put end. Many times I have observed that some of our students miss the word end. But when you have verb conversive, don't forget to start from end. All right, because the verb means end. Sometimes but, sometimes when, sometimes or, but most of the time you will put end. Okay, and then what is the subject? 3 MSG was to be he.
He.
And then the meaning of the word amar is to say, but should be put into the past tense. So the final meaning is and he said. Clear? Let me move on. Do you have your textbook with you right now? But I want you to turn your textbook to page 432. 432, you have a chart like this. (432). If you look at this, actually we call this chart verb analysis chart. And this is something that you have to start using for Hebrew 3. But probably I'm going to ask you to use this one from Hebrew 2:1 onward. So as you can see, if you take a look at it, we have different types of step on top, all the name. So we have Kal A, Kal I, Kal U, Nifal, PL, Pual, Hifil, Hofal. Are you there on page 432? So what does it mean by this? Sometimes the Hebrew vocabulary, the verbs, will change its vowel pointing or its forms, depending on what kind of stems we have. So when peers asking me the question, is it important for you to memorize the vowel pointing whenever we have, this prefix complement and those things? In fact, yes, it's good for you to memorize it, but I don't want to say it's absolutely important because as I said, Hebrew vowel pointing will be changed all the time depending on the stems and then the form. So what is really important is the consonant. Okay, some augment of the consonant added to the verb. And then on the left side, you have a fixed form prefix form is going down, imperative form, participle form, infinitive construct, and prefix verb conversive. So depending on what kind of verb and what kind of stem, what kind of form, it changes the vowel pointing, and then its own form. Sometimes it changed the consonant. But anyway, this time I'm just trying to show you what we are doing right now. So just coming back to the slide today again. So you need to be familiar with this form. In fact, this is going to be one of your quizzes coming soon. So I want you to print out this slide and then start memorizing. So when I say root, what do you mean by root? You know, like Amar, then we will have Aleph, Mem, Resh. And then it will come with the Yod. Okay? Sometimes it will come with the Tav in the beginning. And then it is followed by like even Dabar, another vocabulary that we will deal with today. Dabar, then it's gonna be like Dalet, Bet, Resh. So then what is the significance of all those prefix pronoun? I'm going to call those things prefix pronoun, like Yod, Tav, 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 Aleph, Yod, Tav, 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 Nun. They are called prefix pronoun. Say after me, prefix pronoun.
Prefix pronoun.
Prefix pronoun.
And then, unfortunately, 3MSG, 3FSG, 2MSG, they have no anything attached to the end. So in fact, they don't carry anything else apart from prefix pronoun. But if you look at 2FSG, then it comes with two components. The first one is prefix pronoun, and then the last one is called prefix complement. Say prefix complement.
Prefix complement.
So actually you need to understand what it means by prefix pronoun and prefix complement, because I'm going to use those words explaining about, you know, trying to analyze the verb. So you need to understand how it works. So in case of first common singular, it has prefix pronoun, but no complement. As you can see here, 3MPL has the same beginning, which is the Yod, like 3MSG. But the difference between 3MSG and 3MPL is the complement. So you need to memorize the prefix pronoun first, and then also need to know the complement. So once again, there is no difference between 3FSG and 2MSG in terms of the appearance. So then how are we going to see the difference between them in terms of translation? I told you it depends on the context. Not only 3FSG and 2MSG, but also you need to pay attention to the appearance of the same appearance, identical appearance of 3FPL and 2FPL. So they are taking tav prefix pronoun together with na complement. Okay, so start memorizing it. Okay, so it always helps. Instead of trying to, trying to memorize all those things as they are, you need to always, you know, try to associate those things to something that you already know, and it'll help. And as I said, Yod ta 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 Aleph, Yod ta 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 Nun, you know, it'll help you somehow. And then you know that this one is a 3-second first, 3-second first, but this side singular and this side plural. So this picture, the image of your picture, it will help you. And then you just to put, okay, Yod tap 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 Aleph, Yod tap 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 Nun. And then what was it? You know, just to put Hirek Yod for 2FSG, and then U ending here. Nah. So I help my students to memorize this one like this. For plural, especially you already know the prefix pronoun. So Yod tap 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 Aleph. Say Yod tap 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 Aleph.
Yod tat 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 aleph.
Yod tap 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 nun.
Yod tat 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 nun.
All right,
Nun.
then you already know Yod tap 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 aleph. Yod tap 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 nun. So we don't have any problem with the prefix pronoun right now. But how are you going to memorize it? So on the left side, you have only hirek yod, just only one hirek yod. All right. So then you just easily put, okay, where is the location? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it was the second to the last, hirek yod. So then it is about picture. Now, those who are having difficulty to memorize things, then use your picture, the associate picture, then it will help you. And then for the plural side, you have una, una ending. See, it helps. Una, una. Say una, una. Yeah, una, una.
Una.
See, then it'll help you. So how are you going to? We are done already, to be honest. So only the thing is, you need to pay attention to one CSG. Why? Because, you know, in case of third person and second person, they have masculine and feminine. But in case of first person, it only has common. Are you following me? So one CSG, as you can see, we don't have one MSG, one FSG, but it only has C. And the one CPL. So now that's why we have 5 on the left side, another 5 on the right side. So we are done. Can you just visualize this picture? How are you going to do it? Yod, tap, 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 aleph, yod, tap, 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 nun. And then on the left side, you have only one complement, which is hirek, yod. On the second to the last. And then on the right side for the plural, we have una, una, ending. All right, it's up to you. So please, what is the significance of knowing all those things? You need to identify what PGN we have. I told you to just put 3 MSG for the yod. Why? Because of the yod beginning. It tells us the PGN. So what if you have yod and then u ending? Then you need to put 3 MPL for the PGN. And then, of course, it's going to be called prefix form. Are you following me?
Yes.
Yeah, let's move on. Okay, let's work on this vaye daber. All right, let's analyze it. As we already talked about it, we have verb conversive. What are the components of verb conversive? Let me know.
Past tense.
Past tense.
No, what are the indicators of verb conversive?
Vav, pata.
Yod.
No.
Takesh. I'm so much excited to say yod. All right, vav, pata, and then last bunch. So you need to remember those 3 elements, okay? And then that's verb conversive.
What's
and
this
then,
again, sir? What's this?
That's the punch, dagesh.
That's a dagesh? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
dagesh forte. Okay, last the punch, dagesh forte. All right. And then we have prefix pronoun, yod, tap, 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 aleph, yod, tap, 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 nun. So without having any ending, it must be 3 MSG. But in case of 3 MPL, what do you expect? What do you expect? 3 MPL, not 3 MSG. 3 MSG prefix pronoun is what? Yod. And then no ending. No augment to the end. Yes. 3 MPL is yod beginning and shurek ending. I'm testing you. What about 3 FSG? What do you expect? Do you remember 3 FSG? Right below 3 MSG, what did you have? Top, yod, top, aleph. So the second one was top. So it works that way now. So you understand how it works. So how can you get the root letters? How can you get the root letters out of vayedaber? You need to remove non-root letters, such as vav conversive and the prefix pronoun. After removing vav and then the yod, we have how many? 1, 2, 3. Praise the Lord. We have 3 consonants, appearing in a row. That means they must be the root letters. So the last important confirmation is your vocabulary. So you need to memorize it. Oh, I know dabar. So you need to put dabaru here. Are you following me? Okay, we don't have any problem putting dalet, bet, resh for the root letters, right? And what about stem? Okay, Romero, would you read here difference?
Differences between
Biomer
Biomer and
Vayedaber.
Vayedaber. Vowel
Yeah,
points, there are
yeah,
some changes in the vowel system because of different consonants that influence the vowel system.
All right, hold on a second. All right, the question is, okay, if they are, or we have different words, but they are coming together with the same component. What are they? Verb conversive and then the yod prefix pronoun. But the question is, why is that we have different vowel pointing here? As I said, because of the sound of the consonant coming for the word, it affects the vowel points. That's why sometimes it's not really significant for you to memorize the vowel pointing. But there are some important vowel indicators that you have to absolutely memorize. But when we are dealing with important vowel points, I'm going to tell you this is it. Then you need to memorize it. But before that time, just to pay attention to the consonant. But here, trying to understand that, oh yeah, the vowel pointings are different because of the consonant sounds and the PL stem. Would you move on, Romero?
Dages forte in the be is this addition to the root letters indicates that it is no longer than the cal system.
Right. Now, it was okay for you to put cal stem all the time, but from today onward, you need to stop and thinking to know what it is. We have 2 possibilities. The number 1, the cal stem. Number 2, the PS stem. The indicator of the PS stem is the dagesh porte appearing in the second root letter, in the middle of the root letter. Okay, from today onward, if you have dagesh porte in the middle root letter, then the stem is what?
Yeah.
PL stem. So you can put P. But we have another stem that starts from P, which is a puar. So now it's okay for you to P, but in order for avoid the confusion, you need to put PL. That will be helping more. So now the stem is PL, and so then let's talk about the significance of the PL stem. And Grace, would you help us to read?
The doubling of the middle letter of a root by dagesh forte indicates a change of or argument to the root and thus a change in stem. We call this stem the PL.
All right, as you can see, I put the small red dot here. So when you have the dot appearing in the middle of the root letter, then you need to know this is the indicator of the PL stem. Go ahead, Grace.
The basic meaning of the stem is intensified. Example, break in the cal becomes smash in the PL.
Right. I think I gave you just a little explanation on this several days ago. But what is the significance of the PS stem in terms of the meaning? All right. I told you yesterday I was talking about Genesis chapter 17, and then God asked Abraham to walk before God. But the Hebrew verb walk was not used in the car stem, which is the most common stem, but it was used in the other stem, which is hit pile stem. Then my question is, there must be a specific reason for the author to use this in a special stem. So here, PS stem carries the nuance of intensified meaning. So not all the time. Please pay attention to this. Not all the time. Sometimes the PL will just appear without having intensified meaning, but most of the time it carries the nuance. So that is all about learning this biblical language. But anyway, so the word dabar is used in the PS stem, as you can see, the dot in the middle. So somehow you can think, all right, the word dabar is intensified in terms of a meaning. But in this case, the word Hebrew word dabar will always appear in the PS stem, not in kal. So there are certain words, certain verbs that are appearing in the certain verb, stem. And then it doesn't even carry this identified, or what is it, intensified the meaning. So when it comes to the meaning of dabar, unlike what we have just understood here, it simply carries the basic meaning of the word dabar. What does it mean, dabar? Have you memorized it?
Command. Say.
No, no. What is the meaning?
Dabar.
Dabar.
To tell? Or
Yeah, to speak.
Dabar. To
Say.
speak.
Right. So amar means to say.
To say.
Say.
Dabar means to speak.
Speak.
Okay.
All right. So Grace, let's finish this.
However, in PL, there are also some words that are not intensified in their meaning, as is the case here.
Go ahead. Dabar.
Dabar has its own meaning as PL. This verb is used almost exclusively in the PL.
Okay. I think that's quite clear. So how are you going to analyze it? So if you have Baye Dabar, and this is what I'm expecting from you. All right, you need to put the right root, stem, form, PGN, special feature, and translation in order. Okay, so you need to remember the order of those analysis points. Root letters must be what? Dalet, bet, resh.
Resh.
Why? Because once again, you need to remove non-root letters, such as vav conversive in the beginning, and we have the yod. What is it? The yod. That is called prefix pronoun, telling us the PGN, the 3M, SG.
SG.
And under the special feature, you need to put vav conversive. And then because of the yod, the form is prefix form. Clear? Now, what about the stem? What is the stem? Should be either kal or pie. So in order for you to see the difference between kal and pie, what is the significant indicator?
The dagesh.
The dagesh, where?
In the middle.
The middle. Praise the Lord, you're understanding it. So dagesh is appearing. So this one is PL. So we don't have any problem. Let's move on. So what is the translation? The meaning of dabar, as I said, is to speak. So you need to always start with what? Having verb conversive. What do you need to start from?
And
what about we need to determine the subject. It's a 3MSG, meaning he. And he speaks.
Past tense.
Yeah, past tense. So must be and he spoke. All right, good. So looking at this sentence again, Vayedaber Elohim, I told you, normally in a sentence, verb comes first, okay? And then the real subject is is following. So the yod, sometimes without the real subject following the verb, it can just come by itself. In that case, we are going to simply put he or she or it or they. But in this case, it is followed by the real subject. So the yod, which means he, refers to Elohim. So here, for your analysis table, you are not supposed to put Elohim here as a subject. Why? Because once again, this analysis table has only something to do with Vayedaber. So now, for the translation, you need to put and he spoke. But there will be another part here below the table, which is called last translation. Then you need to put the whole translation for the whole sentence. Then you need to put something like, and what is the meaning of Elohim? God or God. So you are familiar with this Hebrew word already, Elohim, Elohim, right? El Shaddai, El Shaddai. Have you heard about this song before?
Yes.
So,
in the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
El means the singular God. Elohim is a plural God. So those two words are commonly used to refer to our God. But not only our God, but even pagan God can be called Elohim. So don't be confused. So if you look at the history of Exodus, where the Israelites made golden calf, do you remember the story, golden calf?
Yes, sir.
There, they are using the word Elohim and Adonai. But for the word Adonai, it is absolutely referring to our God. Adonai cannot be other God, but Elohim or El can be understood even as pagan God or gods. So that's quite interesting. So when you have Elohim or El, you gotta pay a great deal of attention to it to know whether it is our God or pagan God. So when the Israelites came to Aaron, priest Aaron, to ask him to make them a golden calf, they're using the word Elohim. Hey, come, make us a God. Then they said Elohim. Then my understanding of the passage, changed somehow. I thought when the people came to Aaron, then I understood as if they are asking Aaron to make the image of our God. But they use the word Elohim. Then we don't know what they are really referring to. It could mean pagan God or even the Yahweh. So my understanding is they are intentionally use this word. So this is the first exegetical paper that I wrote when I started my study at APTS. What does it mean by the golden calf there? So your translation could be different there. But Aaron is the one who used the word Adonai, saying, tomorrow is the day of the feast for Yahweh. He said that. But that's the only one reference for the word Adonai. So, for information, it's quite interesting. If you know those Hebrew words, then you can start looking at something different before. All right. So if you read it, then you will be amazed. By the way, so Elohim means God or gods. Your vocabulary is the 12. So the literal translation is, and he spoke God.
God.
No, the God should be the real subject. So God replaces he. Okay, so however, the order of Hebrew word is usually verb, subject, object. So the right translation is, and God spoke. Do you have any question here?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Is the Dagesh forte in the middle of the root letter, is that the only indication of a PL stem, or is there other indications?
That's a good question. For now, I want to say that's the only indicator. But my next question is, there are certain letters that cannot take dagesh forte. What are they?
Gutturals and resh.
Gutturals.
Oh, gutturals, yes.
And resh. They cannot dagesh forte. So there are some Hebrew verbs that are taking guttural letter in the middle that we cannot see dagesh forte. Oh man, yes, you are in trouble right now. Then what can you expect? There will be another indication there. So we will come back to it. But now I don't want to give you too much information. But thank you for the question. But now I wanna just answer your question. For now, yes, that's the only indicator. All right, that works for now. But we'll come back to that one later. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right, preposition. Here, as highlighted in blue, we have L and then another L. But what is the difference between these two? L appears as it is, and then this second L is attached to another component here. But it's the same word, but it means it carries different meaning because of the attachment at the end here. L is a preposition meaning to, unto, into. Have you memorized this one already?
Yes.
All right, then let's move on. The dagesh in El Moshe is called makeb, not dagesh, the dash. So here we have a horizontal bar here, and it is called makeb. It combines two different words. So what is the function of makeb? The meaning, there's no really big difference, but it has a lot to do with the pronunciation. So we have El and Moshe, then it put these two words together. So when you pronounce it, just call it, move on to the second word quickly. So not El Moshe, but El Moshe, like that. So Moshe is Moses pronounced as Moshe. Therefore, El Moshe means what? To Moses. Very simple, right? Alive is a combination between preposition el again and pronominal suffix. Say pronominal suffix.
Pronominal
Suffix.
Pronominal suffix.
This is another important lesson that you need to pay attention to. Apart from prefix pronoun, you need to memorize this chart again. Those things are called pronominal suffix. Don't panic. It's okay. We'll be there. Don't worry. You'll have enough time. Don't panic. It's okay. Pronominal suffix, we have type 1. Type what? We have 2 types, which means I need to memorize more.
Double.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. For your information, it's not only Hebrew. If you are taking Greek, you will be required to memorize more. Thank God for that. You made the right choice to take Hebrew.
Amen.
Okay, don't complain to me. Oh, I said, Pastor G, we have a lot of things. Now, if you are taking Greek seriously, my enemy, the Greek teacher, is just beside my office. I'm always teasing you. Hey, you guys are just doing, these things, and you have a lot of things memorized. Come join us. We have less things to memorize. Seriously, we have less vocabulary and less grammars. Trust me. So it's not only about Hebrew. I want to encourage you to love this language. Don't be frustrated. Pronominal suffix, type 1 and type 2, you need to memorize it. So yeah, if you have this ending, let's talk about type 1. Hirat yod. And then kaf, final form with kamet. As you can see. So if you have those ending coming together with a preposition like el, then your translation is going to be like to me for hirat yod. What if you have elka, then to you? What if you have L and K ending, then the translation will be to you, but it's not masculine you, but feminine you. Today we have live. Let's go back. Look at this again. What do we have? Preposition L and then a, e, vu ending. Are you with me? Okay, let's go back. Then where is it? Here. 3MSG type 2. All right. So what does it mean? This one means 3MSG type 2, meaning his or him. That's why the translation for alive is to what? Him. Let me show you another. All right, there is a good news. You know what? You are looking at type 1 here. Is it called type suffix, type 1 suffix, and type 2 suffix? As you can see, 3MSG type 2 alive is appearing here as it is, right? So you thought we have only type 1 and type 2. Praise the Lord, we have one more, which is called type 1 alternate, which is not really common. This one will appear sometimes, but not many. But you know, there is a similarity still. So you can just be familiar with all those things. Don't try to memorize it right now, but try to understand. We have 3 different stuff here, but let me show you another example. In fact, you are looking at type 1 and type 2 coming together with a preposition. This one is li. Actually, li is E ending is 1CS type 1. And then this one is E ending, but it comes together with the lamet in the beginning. So lamet and then shua. What is it? The preposition lu, meaning? Lamet, shua, what is it? The meaning?
Oh, lamed shua.
4?
Yeah, 4, 2. Yeah. So the meaning is then to me or for me. Have you memorized the preposition al? Al?
On.
Upon and on.
On.
So
Against.
this ayin and lamet is a preposition. So it comes with ai ending. So what is it? This ai ending 2. So what is the difference between type 1 and type 2? Actually, the translation is the same. But the thing is, there are certain types of preposition that want to be coming together with the type 1 and type 2. So that's it. But it doesn't affect our translation. But when those type 1 and type 2 are coming together with nouns, then it makes the translation different. Type 1, there will be no change at all. Like sus is horse. So as you see, hirek yod ending is 1CSG, right? So the translation will be then my horse. Are you following me? And then we have pata yod ending, which is type 2, but still coming for the same word, sus. But translation is my horses. So can you see the difference? Type 1 just helps with a noun without changing anything. But type 2 just brings the nuance of plural. Okay? So when you have type 2, then you need to make the noun plural. So my horses. So like 3MSG type 2, we have alive today, which means to him. But when the I ending is attached to the noun, then the translation would be his noun
Or sis.
S. Can you understand? So as long as you see the difference between type 1 and type 2, then that's okay. So what is the significance of learning those things? You need to print out this table again together with the prefix pronoun, start memorizing it. And this one will be one of your quizzes coming soon. But don't worry, I'll give you enough time. So print out and then just attach it somewhere on your wall or your toilet, and wherever you go, just bring it together and start memorizing it. Do you have any question?
Sir, is there a reason the difference between this in this table? It is showing from the first person then until the third person, but while back call prefix and complements, it is starting from third person and then down to the first common singular. Is there why the chart is like is making us confused?
Sorry about the confusion. Yeah, Phineas is asking me why is that it's arranged differently in terms of order. If we go back to the prefix pronoun form, then it's like 3 MSG, 3 FSG, 2 MSG, 2 FSG, 1 CSG. But now 1 CSG, 2 MSG, 2 FSG. Thank you for the question. That's simply because I used two different materials. And in fact, pronoun suffix is what I got from other textbook. Not big deal. So if we want to arrange it, differently, starting from 3 MSG, 3 FSG, it will be good too. Yeah. So don't worry, just suit yourself, and yeah, you'll be okay. Thank you for the question. By the way, we couldn't finish everything today, but we are going to talk about another thing tomorrow, next week. So, you're going to talk about IPP, independent personal pronoun, ani, anoki, ata, which means I, you, he, it, she, it. This is probably one of the important chart that you are required to memorize, and then no more. Apart from some, custom chart and a fixed form. So do not take it, as if you have a lot of things to memorize. It's impossible for you to learn language without memorizing things like this. So please start memorizing it and then enjoy this Hebrew world. Okay, it's a Friday. Let's play soccer today, Jumpy. All right, so I'm gonna see you next week. May God continue to bless you. Bless you.
See you on the soccer court.
See you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, can we get this video as soon as possible?
What did you ask?
I mean, can we get today's video recording as soon as possible?
Yeah, I'll ask the IT guys. We'll ask the IT guys, then we'll upload it on Moodle.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
Hello, Maya.
Yeah?
Do you mark our quizzes?
Yes. I'll be sending, huh?
You're faculty now. Are you like a professor now too for Hebrew?
I'm co-teaching with Jun Kim for now.
Are you taking MTH?
Not yet.
They're
Later.
not offering it yet.
Later, yeah.
I want to take it too. Maybe you'll be my smart classmate. You can coach me.
How are you? How is the Hebrew for you?
It's not easy to stay up till. I was nodding off this morning at 2 o'clock in my foundations of ministry with Dr. Joel. It was hard to stay awake. But the Lord wants me back in September. I just hope I can, because I'm born there. But I think there will be no problem.
Okay.
So I can't wait to see everyone in the flesh.
All right then.
Good
Okay.
night.
Okay.
Have
Bye
a good
bye.
day.
You
Bye.
too. Bye.